right, let's watch David Pakman talk about Trump losing his mind.
Is terrified of dementia, and there is a fascinating report that explains why he might be.
Okay, he's about to answer my question because I was going to ask you guys, did Fred Trump have dementia? I think he's about to answer my question. Is dementia hereditary is the other question, I guess.
So obsessed with these supposed cognitive tests that he claims to ace every single time. Now, I want to be really clear and deal with this with tact and empathy. This is...
Oh, fuck that, David. David. No, it's 2025, David. No tact, no empathy. Elon Musk told us empathy is the weakness of the West. Also, just so you guys know, I'm currently invading China. Okay? Beijing. I don't think he's ever said Beijing. China. Currently invading China in Civ 6.
Serious stuff. And
I was going to tariff him, but it didn't seem like a good idea.
If I were Trump, I would be terrified too. Let me explain.
Okay, number 2 is a yes. Good job,
It's very
Dan.
clear that Trump lives in fear of developing dementia, just like his father, Fred Trump, who died after years of serious cognitive decline from Alzheimer's.
Okay.
That is an understandable fear. And it's an absolutely terrifying thing. MSNBC guest Timothy O'Brien, who has covered Donald Trump for decades, says Trump on a day-to-day basis is terrified of cognitive decline like his dad's. And if you watch Trump lately, you know, the slurred speech, the blank stares, the rambling word salads, the completely incoherent answers when asked simple questions like, why do you want to open up Alcatraz, for example? It's not hard to see why Trump is terrified. It is not speculation. Trump's own nephew, Fred Trump III, said last year that he sees the same signs of decline in Donald that he saw in Fred Sr.
Bad fight.
Saying, quote, if anyone wants to believe dementia doesn't run in the Trump family, it's just not true. So that brings us to Trump's strange obsession
Trump is taking
with
Alpha
cognitive
Brain.
tests.
I'm going to be honest, I did take Alpha Brain for a little bit. And I'm going to say I did feel some effects. Hard to say, though. Like, did it do anything, like, pertinent? Like, you know, it's like when you take pre-workout. Pre-workouts generally have niacin and lots of caffeine. So you feel like something's happening. Your fucking body's on fire. You're fucking really energized. So generally a lot of pre-workouts are filled with niacin and caffeine to make you feel like you're doing a lot. Or it's doing a lot. Alpha Brain, I would say there was some small effect. Small effect.
Remember him bragging about acing the person, woman, man, camera, TV test? It was never about proving that he was sharp. It's that Trump has a need to convince himself that he's not falling apart.
Placebo effect,
We've seen this with other people. Let me remind you about this guy, Christopher.
I don't have $30 currently.
That's the anti-vaccine urine drinker who I interviewed on the show a couple of years ago. In talking to Christopher, he revealed that his son has a urine-related medical condition, phenylketonuria or something like that.
What?
And suddenly, in that interview, go back and check it out if you haven't seen it, suddenly the urine drinker's obsession with urine made sense. It's a personal situation that turned into...
Don't drink urine.
He drinks his own urine.
That is medical advice. Don't drink
urine.
There's
a similar analogy here with Donald Trump. He is obsessed with these cognitive tests and proving how with it he is because he's terrified that the same thing might be coming that hit his father years ago. And that's what sort of makes this so dangerous. A man who's worried that he may decline cognitively, who maybe already is holding the most powerful office in the world. He's proposing reckless budgets. He's attacking his own government. He's demanding third terms. He's slurring through speeches while Fox News pretends he's normal. The clip recently of...
Okay, look. In Fox News' defense, Pete Hegseth was there for a long time, and he probably slurred all the time. definitely, it's just something they're used to.
Trump confidently saying, Abrego Garcia had MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles when MS-13 was photoshopped onto that picture. That confidence
$4 to $5
is eerily familiar to people who have watched cognitive decline up close. It's this sort of mix of certainty and confusion where Trump goes, what? What are you talking about? No, he's got MS-13 on his... What do you mean? Photoshop, huh? The stories get more bizarre.
Okay, David Pakman does not do justice. Does not do justice to what that man said. He did not say, what? Huh? Dude, is David Pakman fucking sane-washing Donald Trump right now? David Pakman feels bad for Donald Trump, doesn't he? I can see it. He feels bad for Donald Trump. He just said, Donald Trump said, what? Huh? Dude, what Donald Trump said, no. No, it says MS-13. And he also said, you're not a very nice guy. He also said, why can't you just agree with me? Does David Pakman do a Donald Trump? I need David Pakman to do a Donald Trump impression. David, you are letting me down so hard with this right now. Dog, it was not he said, what? Huh? He is being so goddamn... This is like... I don't know if you guys watched the Bill Burr special, but I saw Bill Burr do this joke live where he's talking about Joe Biden. And he is like, in this country, if you saw an old man sitting at a bar at a restaurant eating pie that had dementia, you would be like, oh my God, look at that poor guy. Is somebody with him to make sure he gets home safe? But if it's the president of the United States, you're like, fuck that guy. Right now, David Pakman is the concerned person at the restaurant going, is there someone there to help this guy get home safe? Is he going to be okay? David, he's burning down the country, dog. The time for empathy is past, my friend. I don't know. Maybe David's actually doing the right thing. Maybe like 10 years from now, people are going to look back on me and like be like, damn, he was an asshole for that. And they're going to be like, David Pakman, though. David Pakman did the right thing.
But the delivery stays forceful and confident. It's classic. It's classic. And what really makes it bad is the circle of enablers around him pretending nothing's wrong. There were legitimate criticisms after Biden dropped out, that there was a circle of enablers around Biden. We've heard that significantly with covering up Ronald Reagan's cognitive decline. And we're seeing it with Trump. They smile and they nod and they cheer, even as the signs become really difficult to miss. You don't need to be in the room. Trump has always projected.
And this is a really low-key roasting. He's just like, he's insane. He's losing his mind. He's unfit to be president. But I'm going to say all of it in this monotone voice that makes me seem like I'm not roasting this guy right now. I'm just saying, guys, do you hear? Do you hear what I'm saying? This poor gentleman needs somebody to remove him from office. That's what it sounds like right now.
His deepest insecurities onto others. You know, he's been calling Biden senile
for years. A fully bearded man is hard to read. I like that.
But look at Trump's own clips lately. He mocked John Fetterman for slurred speech after a stroke, even though Trump was actively slurring his way through every single rally.
Thank you, Kay.
He's not randomly accusing others. Trump is showing what he fears becoming. And so this is not about mockery. This is about risk. And Trump's refusal to acknowledge...
I think David sees the championship rounds in sight. David's like, okay, look, guys, I'm getting ahead of this plan. All right? I'm already telling you guys, it's okay now. You guys can say that you elected a crazy person. You can come back. You can come back. I'm like, no, God damn it. They knew what the fuck they were electing.
What might be happening is exactly what makes him more volatile and dangerous. The more afraid Trump is, the more he lashes out. The more he needs the stage to remain in power and to keep himself afloat. So I don't blame the guy. I would be afraid too. Ego is a
He dropped the I don't blame the guy. Oh my God, David.
part of it, sure.
Stop.
Survival is a part of it, sure.
Stop.
But as president of the United States, we're all stuck with the fallout. And it all seems to be driven by one of Trump's greatest insecurities. Who's ever talked this much about passing a brain injury test? Well, folks who are obsessed with what might or could.
Dude, no one else has ever talked this much about their cognitive tests. Find me one person that has talked this much about passing a fucking test where it's like, they said, giraffe, building, TV, car. That was the test and I aced it. No one else talks about that shit.
Happening to them.
Only Donald Trump
What do you
would.
think? Seems like a very reasonable explanation.
Something I don't go anywhere without is my Ridge wallet. I've been using.
Well, I don't even. What is that? Okay, I might have to look at Ridge Wallet. That was solid job, David Pakman. I don't know what that is, but it looks like something I might be interested in. Damn it, he got me. Oh my God, dude. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, Trump can't stand to be wrong. He'll never say he's wrong. The dude is like fucking picture perfect narcissism. Like if you needed to define narcissism, you just need to take one look at Donald Trump. Like the victimhood, the insecurity, the over-explaining. Everything about Donald Trump screams narcissism. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And check out that video on the screen now.